No, brother, no way. No way should a woman be thinking solely about a man. I get it. It would be nice for the black family unit to come together and everything like that, but no way should anybody, a man or a woman, be focused on basically marriage to the point where they're not looking out for their best interest. That's what I wanted to make a point about. But like I was saying, look where this man's hand is and look what he does next. Because this woman says she's a size 7, she's 5'5", her weight is 170, she's a teacher, she's single, and she have a 25-inch waist. Look what he does to her next.
So 170, I also have a 25-inch waist.
And am I being clear or am I not being clear? Do you know what that means? That's just basically him saying to the woman she's a Teletubby, she's a big fat woman or whatever. I mean, come on. And I know from the sound of this woman or whatever, she could be perceived as big, but this woman, she speaks very fluently, and she speaks very good of herself. So it's just for the simple fact that this guy keeps on cutting her off. And in the end of this video, you could see how this woman feels very broken. And the very next woman caller after this, she was gonna get off the phone with this guy, and this guy like, oh no, book a session, because whatever. I mean, come on, this is what he does, and I don't know. I you know what? This is the sort of corporate male female that I don't like. I don't like them. I guess you could call it competing, being competitive or whatever, but I don't know. That's not a person that's down to earth to me. I don't know. That's these type of people who think that money is above all. Trust me. I wish I could have had that same standards or whatever. I know that's what it takes, but you know what? It's just not my personality. So people like these, I would stay far from. I'm fine living my. I'm not saying I'm completely in the mediocrity, but at the same time, there's a comfort there, and I'm fine with that. That's what I'm saying.
So 5'5". Listen, hold on. First off, man. First off, there's one simple. Hold on. There's one simple. Hold on, man. One simple rule of my show.
She knows the rule.
Yes, you cannot do that. It will go completely off the rails because that is just disrespectful. I agree. But you're disrespectful. Excuse me?
Damn right.
I said you are disrespectful sometimes. But hold on, ma'am. I can tell you one thing. As the host, it's not disrespectful to cut you off because I am running a show for 4,500 people. I don't know you.
No, you are running a show, but at the same time, my brother, without being disrespectful at all, I mean, you could actually let the female have their actual thoughts, you know what I mean? Just let them have their full thoughts instead of cutting them off all the time. I mean, is this what it is to be a high-value man? Like, I mean, is this how a high-value man act, or is this him running a show? I'm not sure. I don't get it, right? I get it. He's trying to be in command. He's trying to be the man. I get it. But at the same time, for the people listening, obviously, we want to kind of hear what the female is saying or something like that, right? So, like I said, right, you know, she's right for doing that, and she did get a little jab in on whatever because she knows this is something that she typically sees from this guy.
I'm trying to do 10 different things, so this is my business. I'm running a show. If you consider me having standards and a systematic way I handle the show disrespectful, that's on you. Because I have plenty of women who love my show and watch it every day. But you seem to have a problem with the things I say, and that's your right. But don't call it disrespect because you don't like it. No, I think the way you respond sometimes to people not cutting people off on your show that you're hosting is disrespectful. But what I was going to say is that your body standards and my body standards are what the American Medical Association. The American Medical Association. I'm a professional image consultant. So your opinions, you're fine. You can have those. But I go by. Excuse me. As an image professional. Excuse me. Oh, see, there you go with this shit again. I told you don't do this. See, I could care less if you disagree. You many black women disagree with truth and facts all day long. Many black women will say they're thick when they're obese. 80% of black women are overweight. Is that true or false?
I haven't heard the statistics, but it's probably true. But I know that I have a 25-inch waist, and I know that. So you're
5'5". So you're 5'5", right?
I don't have a problem with you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, I don't, ma'am.
Damn, bro. It's crazy, man. I don't know. This guy just seems to not like disagreement at all. I mean, everybody who calls this show is supposed to be in complete agreement and is supposed to just sit and listen to this person lecture you when you're also an adult. I mean, I don't think that's a two-way conversation.
I don't care about your pictures. I need you to listen to some basic facts. In mammals, is it typical for the female of the species to weigh more than the male?
No, but I don't like.
All right, ma'am. Then I need you to go. So a man who's 5'5", how much should a man, healthy weight, 5'5", weigh?
I'm not sure. However, I wouldn't date.
How much would a man at 5'5"?
She said, "I'm not sure. However, I wouldn't date a man that's 5'5". I mean, you go, sister. You know what you want. I mean, like, what is this guy saying?
Healthy weight weigh. Give me a ballpark guess.
Probably what they should weigh according to the BMI chart, or what they should weigh according to what I find attractive. Because
what you find attractive is irrelevant. What you find attractive is irrelevant. I mean, just walking through society.
Walking through society of being
just answer the question, ma'am.
Woman and
can you answer the question, ma'am? Can you answer the question?
I think Bernice Burgos.
I asked you a 5'5" man. I asked you a 5 foot.
Overweight.
All right, I've told you several times. You're not going to talk over me. So we'll try this one more time, and if you're going to continue to do this, I'm going to bid you a good night. I asked you to answer the question, and you just keep on saying what you want to say. I just asked you to be polite, ma'am. I'm trying to be polite to you. Could you please answer the question? Just give me a ballpark. How much should a 5'5" man weigh?
I was actually just looking at this chart recently, and I believe it's between 175 and 195.
No, ma'am, it's not. The average American man in 1960 was 5'9" and 3/4, 5'10", and he weighed 165 pounds. The average American female at the same time was 5'4", 120 pounds. Fast forward 55 years later, the average American man was still 5'10", and his weight had ballooned up from 165 to a whopping 168.
Hey, nigga, listen, motherfucker. Yo, in the 60s, when the average man used to weigh 160 pounds or whatever, bro, you telling me they used to eat as good as we're eating right now? Yo, we progressing. We advancing as a species, as a society. What do you think, bro? Everybody's eating more. And obviously, I'm not saying it's good to be a chubby person or whatever, but why do you think we have so many gyms? Tell me, right? Do you think in 1960 people were exercising like the way they're exercising in 2020? No. Because, bro, everything is available to us right now. We live in a fast food culture. We live in a culture where you got Uber Eats, you got DoorDash, you have all of these services. You have multiple chains of food chain restaurants, right? Like, bro, it's a fact that everybody is we're a little bit bigger, so the standards have changed. You know what I'm talking about? So hey, man, like I said, I'm not 100% agreeing with that at all. Like, you know, it is what it is, man. I don't know, this guy's trying to hold a standard to the 1960s. Like, come on, brother. Even me personally, I even like a woman on the thicker side. Like, that's just me being factual. Like, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of brothers out there, you might think it's a little bit chubby or whatever according to the National Medical Association, but it's just what we happen to like, man. That's just keeping it real.
He gained 3 pounds in 55 years. Yes, the average American woman went from 120 to 160, a 40-pound differential. There should roughly be a 40 to 45-pound differential between men and women. The average height of a black woman, average weight of a black woman in this country, 5'4", 187. 80% of you are overweight, and you think because you have a nice snatched waist and a big ass, and you like where the fat landed, that changes the way the body is set up. You're overweight for your height, and bottom line, you weigh more than a man.
I don't weigh more than a man. I date.
If a man was your height.
She says she don't weigh more than the man she dates. She's right. I mean, come on, bro. Even black men, where bodies are built a little bit different from the average white man or whatever. And yeah, that may be because of the food that we eat and such, but it's still a fact. And a lot of black men do work out and actually have nice muscular bodies, like myself. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm not gonna necessarily go by the National Medical Association standards and average of a man to basically see where I should be. I mean, if I'm a little bit obese and I'm a little bit overweight, I think you should definitely get that in check for sure, right? But I'm not gonna sit there all day and worry about that. I mean, if I feel good and I look good, I'm gonna be fine.
If a man was your height, you would weigh more than he does. You weigh more than the average American male, who's 5'10". Did you not hear me say that the average man is 5'10", 168? You weigh more than the average man in this country.
And the average man in this country is in my
average man in this country. And you can have all your defiant attitude and not like it and challenge the BMI and the racial disparity, whatever. Doesn't matter. You're overweight for your height.
I am, and I'm fine as hell.
Well, good. Knock it off. You can be as fine as hell. And the problem you had with me saying Tracy Ellis Ross could not get a high value man, and she's happily being single, is what?
Oh, do you consider Tracy Ellis Ross overweight? Her butt.
I asked you, see, the proper thing to do, ma'am, is before you ask a question, you answer the question that's been asked. You don't answer a question while asking another one. That's rude. You know, that's disrespectful. You didn't
I have degree in communications.
Well, then you should know how to do it better than I do.
I definitely do.
Well, apparently, but you're not making a very good showing, ma'am, because you're being very rude, disrespectful.
Well, honestly, because this isn't a typical conversation. I mean, I don't know. This guy, I guess he's talking like he's a boss or something, which is fine. It's his show, and you want to show dominance as a man. It's a good sort of trait, right? But however, I just want you guys to kind of pay attention to what he said. I want to see if you guys even remember the question with all of the... It seems so dramatic, chaotic, shouting and screaming over each other. I mean, how could you even pay attention to the question, right? The lady says she has a degree in communication, and he says, well, she's not doing a good job because I agree. She should have just basically answered that question. But you know what it is? She's just basically thinking, you know what? We're having a conversation. I'm just going to do this casually how people normally speak. But this guy gets so uppity, you know what I mean? Whenever somebody is in sort of any disagreement or doing something not to his liking, that he just throws you off. Like that's his thing.
As far as communication goes, you've done this many times. I've had to mute you twice.
I'm a PhD.
The question was... Answer the question.
Do you guys remember the question?
I don't remember the question.
Right. So you have a degree in communication, but you can't keep up with communication.
The question was basically about Tracy Ellis Ross or whatever, right? She was just asking a question because she had a disagreement about the things Kevin Samuel was saying about Tracy Ellis Ross. So she got tied up and she forgot because this guy's shouting and screaming and acting like he's her goddamn father, man. But anyway, guys, I don't want to make a long video. I'm gonna actually skip through the end where this woman is actually, I guess he belittles her to the point where this woman just was speechless, and just to basically prove my point of this whole video. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this a little bit.
Doesn't seem to share your opinion. If he did, he'll be trying to find you. He would.
And you know what? To be fair to Kevin Samuels, right? Because I do appreciate this guy's content. It's entertaining and everything like that. So don't get it mistaken, right? He did make a point about this lady saying that she's saying well, she's single by choice, and she's happily single, and he asked her have she ever been married or engaged or anything like that, and she says no. And he basically said that the reason for that is because these men who are pursuing you are trying to have sex with you, and they're not trying to get married to you. And I'll agree with that. And the reason why brothers do that is because, come on, think about it. I mean, it's sad to say, but like I said before, the divorce rate is high in today's society. So with that being said, a lot of men are not necessarily looking to get hitched right now. And even with, think about it, how much years you have to spend in school and such, right? A lot of guys, they got to focus on their career, just like women have to focus on their career. So a lot of people aren't actually thinking about this marriage. And I got to be honest, I just don't see the importance of it so much. It would be nice, but it's a high standard in today's society. I like I said, if you have the opportunity and a chance, and you actually are lucky enough to find somebody who's suited for you to get married to, by all means, I definitely recommend it, right? But for those who actually find it to be complicated with the lifestyle that they live and how their life turned out to be, you're going to have to find happiness in some other way. And that's just simply it. I'm not going to push you to standard to say, oh, well, you know what I mean? This guy's playing the death music. You've hit the wall. You have to feel bad about yourself. You're over 30. Like, you haven't got married like it's the end of the road. I don't know. I don't believe in that crap, because the way how you was talking to this woman, like, she could have even be single and have so many date nights, which is she could have companionship. She have female companionship, friends and whatever. And this man actually went on to tell one of these female, I'm not sure if it's this caller or the next caller, that, do you have a cat or a dog? And because you're gonna need a cat or a dog, because when you die, you're gonna need somebody to basically, I don't know, keep barking to alert somebody in your apartment or your next door neighbor that, you know what, you need some medical attention. And he did go on to say there's a term for it that I think they use in China or Japan or whatever, where these single females are basically in their apartment dying and whatever. But I don't think it's that bad. Like I said, the average North American women do keep a lot of friends and associate where they do check up on them. So I don't know why this man is using this doom and gloom scenario, but I just don't buy that shit, to be honest, And I just wanted you guys to just hear how he broke down this woman, and then I'm just gonna end the video.
Have wiped you by now. Not after you, not when you're in your, because your youth is what men want. Your youth, your fertility, your womb. We don't want you when you're all past the wall and everything else. So your sell-by date has already happened, but you were not fit for it, and that's fine. And women like you and Tracy Ellis Ross can say what you want, but just like her, you sound delusional.
I'm old at 30.
No, you're first off. No, you're okay. You're at the wall at 30, but past 35, you enter what, high risk pregnancy?
You do.
Okay, so your eggs are old. And as somebody who has not had a relationship in 8 years, you're wholly unfit. Your relationship muscles have atrophied. This back and forth right here proves that you really don't even know how to hold this. Even a simple conversation. No, you may be able to have sex, but a relationship? No. So it's not as though you can just turn this shit on and off when you choose to. So being happily single, you don't have any choice but to be single and be happy with it, because you don't have a choice to not be.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see how that woman just basically, she just basically accepted this thing because the guy broke her down and basically told her that the only reason a man will want her is to have sex with her. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, he has a point. He has a point, so I guess he's right for making it. So, you know, it's harsh criticism, but at the same time, like, you know, if this woman wanted a man, I mean, I could advise this woman basically, whoever is pursuing you, make it very clear that, you know, let them take you out on a date first. Yeah, play their little game a little bit. That would be my advice. Play their little game, and as soon as these guys want sex, let them take you out on a date. Trust me. Yeah, a lot of you women don't want to allow these guys to take you out on a date because you think you're better than them, this and that, right? But let them take you on a date. And as soon as this guy wants to have some sort of sexual relationship with you, you know what you do? You let that man know. Even on a date. You know, you flirt with him, do everything like that, right? But you let that man know as soon as that date about to end. If you even want to kiss her or anything like that, just be like, listen, I'm really trying to get married. I have several other men pursuing me, but my goal is to get married. So if you're not serious about getting married, then I don't think we could pursue anything serious here. And I mean, I guarantee you, the guys are gonna wanna fly straight, and you know what I mean? Do the best they can. Now with that said, obviously you want to make sure the guy is actually marriage material, right? But at the end of the day, like I said, you have to actually string some guys along. You have to actually do that. So it isn't about necessarily feeling like, okay, it's just because of the way how you're communicating to guys. That's what I'm basically saying.
That's why you're not cackling and laughing as much, because the truth is set in. You don't have any options in this. You don't have to. I'm a PhD. I got a communication degree. Yeah. All that shit has not helped you one bit. I'm fine. Right. Tracy Ellis Ross is something you're not. She was birthed to music royalty, and she's been a successful actress. You're just some chick out here with a communications degree and an attitude and an opinion. Fuck out of here.
Wow.